I really wonder what's going on today and in today's world and all the crazy, wacky stuff that's going on. It's kind of flipped upside down, right? So let's just talk about some of these things for 30 minutes, shall we? Rolling. Hey guys, I'm Johnny Allen at the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast. How we doing out there today? It's January the 29th, and I was off last week, and if I sound a little, clogged, it's that time of year, and I'm getting over COVID. So, man, are we retired of COVID? I mean, I think this is probably the fourth time. This has got to be the fourth time I've had COVID since it came out in late 2019, 2020. That's when my voice is all cracked up. So anyway, I'm going to have a little drink of coffee. Thanks for joining me today, guys. We're just kind of hanging out. I didn't have anything on the agenda except for catching you guys up since I was off last week because I felt like dog doo-doo. Oh, my gosh. I'm just so tired of... Well, I want to open it up. I'm just so tired of COVID. I'm so tired of listening to the news. I'm just tired. Are you guys tired? I'm tired. I'm tired of the gloomy weather outside because I live in the Midwest. I'm tired of having unexpected bills. I go with this company called Storytellers, or Storyblocks rather. And because I do videos and stuff on the side for my music projects where I do concept videos. I signed up for this company a year ago. I'm going to tell on them a little bit. And I'm not going to be bad because we haven't resolved it yet. We're in the middle of resolving it, I think. They're going to get back with me. But anyhow, I went with Storyblocks. I signed up for a year subscription. And I said, that's all I'm going to do for $50. I'm doing a year. And then after that, I don't want it no more. So with all the fraud and everything going on these days, I constantly check my credit card accounts and everything. Needless to say, had a charge on there for $385.40. And I thought, what in the hell is this? I haven't used this card. Found out it's from Storyblocks. I thought, well, what are they charging me that for? So there you go again. It seems like there's always something coming up. They charge me for no reason. Hopefully they'll refund it. If not, my credit card company is really good with, taking that charge off. But it just seems like everything from diseases to companies, everybody's trying to get you. Everybody's trying to just get you, right? And I look at the news. And I'm going to go with all this bad stuff first, and I'm going to get it out of the way because at the end of my podcast, if you guys hang on, I'm going to have a videotape of my train set. So we're going to end on happy notes. But I just want to get this off my chest first. So between battling COVID and these financial companies out there that are always trying to, stick it to you, and the government trying to stick it to you, everybody seems like they're trying to stick it to you, right? Got a good friend of mine who was a piano player and stuff. Yeah, I'm going to say it. State Farm is shafting those guys. He's been going through it with them for years now. Lawsuits, back and forth. It's just the point I'm trying to make is there's always somebody or something out there trying to get you, trying to just rip you off, trying to suck the life out of you, whether it be a disease or not. So getting back to the diseases, I just heard that the good old Chinese government, this is crazy, right? And this is on the news, man. I'm not making this stuff up. So the good old Chinese government's trying to make a new COVID. They're experimenting with a new COVID now that will be fatal, period. It's going to attack your brain and you're going to go. There's There's no Pfizer shots. There's no Moderna. There's no J&J, whatever. There's no Paxil, whatever it is. There's no hoping like me just roughing it and getting over it and still feeling bad for years after you had the first initial case of it, you know? Because I'm going to tell you the truth, back in 2020, it was actually late 2019 when I first got it. It was pretty bad, and we didn't know what it was. I haven't been right since. And then I had the Omicron version, and then I got the whatever the hell version this is. But I have not felt right since I've gotten it, right? And some people don't even survive it. So anyway, to make all matters worse, the Chinese are wanting to make up one that's going to just do away with every, just do away with you. Just kill you, Isn't that great? Just great. Just drink, I got to just drink coffee. Why we still got it and it doesn't kill you. Well, I mean, like I'm saying, I'm not trying to I'm just venting, I guess. I know there's a lot of people that feel the same way I do. It's like, what the hell's going on? Really, what's going on? We got these viruses out there. They're putting them out there. They're making them up, and they're just like, yeah, let's just do that. Are we trying to destroy, we're messing around with nuclear stuff all over the place. I talk about this all the time. It's like, are we trying to destroy ourselves? I mean, not me personally, but I mean, the powers that be, are they trying to just wipe out humanity? Because, one day they're just going to do it. I mean, I know we're not all going to live forever, but why are they going to rush it? Why are they pushing buttons to try to destroy everything that God created? I don't understand that really, but anyway, yes, I'm getting over COVID. Thanks for letting me rant there for a few minutes. And I just keep looking at the news, and not constantly because it'll bring you down, right? So I take breaks from it. But I thought I'd get on here and at least talk for a little bit and let you guys know I'm still living, and I want to thank everybody that's supported my two new my music concepts I released. I'll put links below if I think about it. Cry the Blues Way. I did that last week. It's an older song. I just put a video to it. And My Friend song, which has been highly welcomed, and I appreciate that. I've had really good reviews on that. So, yeah, we've been using story blocks to put these things together. Now they're trying to screw me through for $385. It's amazing, isn't it? It's incredible. They tell you, you have this membership, and then you can cancel it at any time, and you do, and then they still want to get you. That's why, it's a catch thing too, and so many of these companies are wanting you to do it. It's so easy. They say, we need your credit card number. We need you to put it on credit. Okay, I got that. And then they want to hold your number so they can just use it whenever they want. Just got to be careful is all I'm saying. Like I said, nothing against story blocks or these storytellers or whoever, story blocks. It's nothing against these companies, but wow, they just, they'll come get you. They'll get you coming and going. They always paint this good picture, and so many these companies do this, and so many people do this, right? They paint a nice picture, and they end up just ripping you off some way, or nothing comes up to expectations. So, but it's not all doom and gloom. I'm still alive. I'm still very much blessed with my family, and I got a train, which I'll show you guys this pretty soon. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. I don't really have a lot on the agenda because I've been fighting the COVID. I don't really have notes today. We're just kind of getting out here and having fun. But I am hearing all this doomsday stuff. I mean, okay, let's talk a little bit about what's going on here in a good US of A. All right, we got a problem with the border, and I'm not going to get into it, but it is a problem, folks. So the states, and they finally, said, okay, we're going to do something about it because for some reason, Biden won't do anything about it. Now he says he will after he's felt the pressure, but I don't really know what's going on, but it's not right. Now, I feel sorry for people that want a better life. I don't have a problem with any of that stuff. I don't have a problem with helping people out that need help. But how many people, how can one institution, say the United States of America, help out the whole dang world when there's only a few of us that are paying the taxes, right? And then the problem I have with the border, really, it's all about security because they're not checking everybody that's coming over. We don't know who's coming over, right? So even if you say you got 90% of honest people that just want a better life coming over illegally, I might add, but coming over. That's one thing, but you got 10% you don't know who they are, and you got a lot of bad actors, and it's going to come to, again, harm people, innocent people usually. If you think about all this evil that's going on, I guess that's what I'm getting at today. All this evil that's going on in the world, creating and mutating viruses to do this stuff to us, to make us really sick, to ripping people off, even if it's kind of like, oh, we didn't mean to, sorry, ripping people off the financial institutions, the government, for one, ripping people off. We got to pay taxes, but just abusing the tax system is crazy. And then you got overseas, one tribe doesn't like another tribe. I'll use the word tribes because that's what it was, hundreds, thousands of years ago, we were tribes. One tribe doesn't like another tribe. So you go do all this violence and anger and kill people and all this bad stuff. And what's it do? It creates a domino effect, a snowball effect. And so you get one group going after the other group. They go after them. It's retaliation. You don't blame people for getting mad, for killing innocent people. And the cycle just goes on and on and on. I just call for a timeout here, man. We need to slow this thing down before it gets out of control. Sometimes I feel like it's already out of control. It's just amazing to me, right? If you agree with me on any stuff, comment below. Honestly, we shouldn't have a COVID virus. It should not have ever happened. They certainly shouldn't be messing with ones that are worse, right? I'm a testimony to, COVID's no fun. I don't understand it. I don't understand why and I probably never will till the day I die. Then maybe I might understand why. Set the common denominator is evil, right? But if we would concentrate so much of our energies into doing good things as opposed to creating bad things, and people say, well, the military, complexes be all about money and stuff like that. Could be, don't know. There's got to be another way, without destroying stuff. That's all I got, right? It's got to be another way. Let's have a drink of coffee. I drink coffee on the show, guys. I'm drinking Cracker Barrel today in my Grand Hotel mug from Mackinac Island. Really did enjoy the trip up there the last few years. My wife and I have been up there. It's really nice. If you've never been to Mackinac, please go. So anyway, world troubles, I could just, talk about this all night. I won't, because unless you guys live under a rock, you know what's going on in the world. And who's going to fix it? Who's going to fix it? I have my idea who's going to fix it, and it's going to be when we die, and and maybe before we do, but I think Jesus Christ is going to fix it. But I tell you, it's just really, it's troubling. We got to waver this storm, right? So, but anyway, I want to put a thanks out again to everybody's support of my music, barring any catastrophes with my health. I tell you anymore, you just don't know. One day I feel, I'm working out 2 weeks ago, feeling great. And then all of a sudden I told my wife, and I said, even on my last podcast, I'm feeling kind of tired, getting kind of tired. Well, hell, it's because I was getting COVID. Oh, my gosh. But anyway, I want to get back in the studio. I got one more song to do. I'm going to release the Pipe Dream album, and that's on the music side, and do the concept videos. Don't know if I'll use story blocks anymore. That may be gone now since I'm having a issue with them. And like I said, it's hopefully we get this corrected pretty soon. I just don't understand why. I just think there's zero communication with anything. Customer service, and I feel sorry for customer service people. They're overwhelmed, and they hear all this stuff, and I'm usually really nice to customer service people. Always nice to them. But it's like nobody cares. I heard somebody else on the podcast say this. No one cares anymore. They don't care about you on customer service. The people that are bitching to customer service don't care about them. And it's this vicious cycle where, that's another thing. I guess no one really cares about anybody. They don't care. They don't care if they push a button and launch a nuke and kill thousands upon millions of people. They don't care if they go in a lab and mess with viruses and kills millions of people. They don't care about draining your pocketbooks. They don't care about keeping a country sovereign. They don't care. the countries where these people are coming from, illegals, illegal immigrants, or whatever you want to call them, immigrants, whatever you want to call them. I don't even know what's the proper termination or terms that we, what do we what language is proper that we use to describe these folks that are coming over. Okay, people that don't live here. Okay, that don't originate from here. You got to feel sorry for those people. We got to feel sorry for where they're coming from. Is it so messed up from where they're coming from? They feel like they got to come here. It shouldn't even be that way, right? It should be like where they're coming from should be a good place, like Argentina and all these places. I don't know. I'm just saying. We could concentrate a lot of our energies on making things better in the world, but I tell you, we don't, man. Our leadership's all over, not just the United States. They do not. I'm kind of just venting tonight because I'm fighting COVID. So let's just do it. Got a vent. Still recovering. Feel a little bit better. Got the weird, sinuses are jacked. Everything's inflamed. We get the weird smell. I don't know. Been there and done that, right? But at least I'm not in the hospital. Knock on wood. Praise Jesus. Hopefully I won't go to the hospital. That happened once. Spent 4 days in the good old hospital. They were nice to me, though. I'll have to say the nurses were really pleasant. They were nice. The nurses were great. I was surprised, but they were really good. So we got a lot of comment below, guys. We got a lot of problems in the world, man. I mean, it's lighting up in the Middle East. Ukraine's been going on for over a year, almost 2 years now. I'm almost going to bed at night thinking, okay, wow, what? Am I going to be able to wake up in the morning? Am I not going to pass away from COVID? Am I not going to get blown up in the middle of the night? Is my house not going to get ransacked by some terrorists or terrorists are going to do this? Because you always hear that, because of the border being wide open in the United States of America where I live, that, something bad's going to happen. And I really believe it will. I hope it don't, but irresponsibility and no compassion and no one cares about anybody else. That's where it is. And I'm not saying that about everybody because I know a lot of people that do, but I'm talking about the majority of people out there. It's like, you got people that hate Donald Trump. You got people that hate Joe Biden. You got people that hate this person, that hate that person, that love that. There's no working together. The United States was founded on everybody worked really hard, worked together, right? And I know, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole about, and talk and bore you guys forever about, there's always been wars and all that. I know. Everybody's war, the Europeans did the Native Americans wrong and all that stuff. All these rabbit holes we can go down that I won't go down, Even the natives, they fought against each other. Even the natives took each other for slaves. There's so much history out there, and there's so much knowledge that most people don't even know. But the common denominator is you got bad everywhere. That's what I'm trying to say, everywhere. Somebody will look at me like, I was just walking in my neighborhood yesterday, for example, and it's not just me. My wife says, well, sometimes I think you just think that, John, but it's not. It's really what I've observed. I noticed that a lot of younger people, and I know I'm older, but, I'll be walking down the street and there'll be a younger, yesterday happened, Caucasian gal, probably in her 30s. I'm just walking and just smile and say hello and just act like I'm not even there. Like she's scared of me, It's like they're scared of the middle-aged or older white guys. I mean, hell, I'm as easygoing as anybody and I'm honest and I wouldn't hurt a fly. You know what I mean? It just... And I get that everywhere I go almost. It's like I just get snobbed. I get it's this demeanor and it's this brainwashing of the younger minds that, guys like me are evil. That's crazy. That's so crazy, right? We stereotype everywhere. It just all, that's what I'm talking about tonight, guys. It's just like we need to rethink everything. I don't know. I have no clue on how to do that, except I try to treat everybody equal. I try to talk to everybody, fairly and evenly and respect everybody, So that's where I'm at. I've always been that way, I don't get it. I hope you guys are doing good out there. I always say that after I'm talking all this bad stuff. Hope you guys are doing good. For the most part, I'm doing okay. I just look at it as like there's nothing I can really do about it. I try to vote where I think's the right way to vote. if that makes a difference anymore. I don't even know if that is even. I don't even know if that's even fair anymore. I mean, we got an ex-president that talked about it, right? And he's getting all kinds of trouble for protesting, or not even protesting, but just questioning the election integrity. And it's not only Donald Trump; it's a lot of people that are getting in trouble for just voicing their opinions. It makes no sense. It doesn't. We used to have free speech and all this stuff. I know it seems kind of like a downer thing, but it is kind of a downer for me that we just can't even get along and treat people evenly and fairly and all that stuff. And that reminds me of the southern border again. You got, Texas local governments down there trying to, because it's a disaster. It's hurting everybody all the way around, everybody, even the immigrants that are trying to come in. It's hurting everybody. And they just, the government, federal government just wants to ignore it. And so the state governments are trying to do something about it. And then they get a bunch of backlash. I heard some things today about this guy kept saying, well, we got innocent people coming through. And it's not, like I said, it's not about that. And it's not about that. It's about the safety of everybody, including the innocent people that are trying to come over and have a better life. There's a good way to be able to do it. It's a problem that should have been taken care of a long time ago. And just blind eye to everything. They don't care. They don't care. That's the thing. They just don't care. Everything from people, customer service people, to whatever, And I love the customer service people. And most of the customer service people I do talk to, we have a nice conversation. And usually my problems get taken care of. But anyway, we'll see. I've jabbed for 20 minutes now. just jab. I'm gonna change subjects now. Like I said, I'm gonna end it up with my train set. I'm gonna put a clip on here of the train. Oh, one last thing I want to add about all this weirdness going on. I may talk about this in a future podcast too. The government's like driving everybody to, living in small places and in urban and being squished and tightened and, doing away with the cars. And if you have a car, it's an electric, which most people can't afford that stuff. And they really want to, streamline the transportation system, streamline your living. And they basically want to control your life, control everything about your life. And I'll post something up here of what I'm talking about. And there's even been talk about hey, AI is going to take over on most of the jobs and all that. And all we need you guys to do is sit home and veg, and we can control what you're doing. And basically you can just sit at home and be like a lamp, sitting on a table for the government, But we'll take care of you, though. We'll send you a check. You don't have to worry, but we'll send you a check. The government will, right? And it's all about control is really what all this is. It's all about control, right? These big guys out there trying to control the small people like me. So here's an example of it. Austin, Texas, proposing $1,000 a month. Just, hey, we're going to give you $1,000 a month. And then you say, that sounds great. I wish they'd give me $1,000 a month, right? But there's always a catch to that, right? There's always a catch. And the catch is that it's a total control thing. But here's an example of what I think is coming down the future. Here you go. Here it is. So anyway, is that the way it's going to be in the future, that the government's just going to kind of just take over your thing? Make you a vegetable, sit at home, you're not really doing much. And it's hard telling where the future's going exactly. I always say I hope the future's brighter, and I really do hope it is. It does become brighter, but man, I tell you, as time goes on, I don't know. I'll be 60 at the end of next month. God willing, I make it. Jeez. You just never know any day with COVID and everything's going on. But anyway, hopefully. But I've seen a lot of changes throughout the world. And to sum it up real quick before I switch gears totally and let you enjoy a train, because I set this train up. I'm still working on it. And I'm just doing it. I just do it because it takes my mind off what I'm talking about right now to you guys. But if you feel the same way, just comment below on anything I have to say. I just think it's all jacked up. I don't know how it's going to get fixed, but we'll figure it out. We'll ride the storm out one way or the other, right? So, but before I get off here and switch you guys over to the train, thanks again for supporting my music. Do appreciate that. And, things have just definitely changed from the social thing, right? I mean, it's like from the 70s, it's just some things have changed and some things haven't. I look at some things from the 60s, 70s, exactly what's going on now. But now it's like there's so much weirdness going on. It's like, you can marry who you want to marry. You can, there's a lot of just bashing people, bashing. You got these little I call them micro wars going on with each other. Why can't things just be simple like they used to be, in the good old days, You had a family core, a good family, healthy family core. You didn't have all this outburst like someone's like, I saw someone just, having a speech, talking about something totally unrelated to, other things. And this gal that's, lives alternative lifestyle, so I got to say, just stands up in the middle of the meeting and shouts out her organization just out of nowhere. And it's like, why? It'd be like me going to a car show and going, O-gauge trains, electric trains at a car show. So, I'm going to a car show. There's a meeting at a car show, and I'm going, O-gauge trains. That's what this was about. It was almost the same thing. It's so bizarre. It's like, it's just weird. I'm telling you guys. Hey, well, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna share the train with you. It's a project ongoing. It's something to take my mind off of things like all this stuff. But thanks for joining me. I'm glad I'm still here. Hopefully I'll be here next week. I don't know. We don't know, right? And this COVID thing, I just tell you, I know a lot of people have it. It just sucks. I hate this time of year in the Midwest of Indiana because it's cold, dreary, and that's when all these flus and mysterious diseases ramp up, right? And some people say, well, John, why don't you just move? Well, I've been here almost all my life, and I thought about moving at times, but I figure now the wife and I are settled here, and I'm almost 60 years old. Why move now? I'll just weather the storm, right? Maybe this podcast should be called "We Got to Weather the Storm." That's what I'll call it. We're weathering storms, gang. Hopefully we'll keep weathering the storms. Enjoy this week coming up. I hope to be back next week with the podcast, and I'll talk to y'all later. Enjoy the train. Later. right, guys, there's the train so far. A little bit of night running, a little bit of day running. There's my two trains there. I'm really enjoying it. Thanks for checking it out. Catch you next time.